Hey everybody, back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about why leads say they never put in their information and what you can do about it. Now, it's really easy to think to yourself like, man, maybe somebody's robbing me, right? So maybe is it Facebook? Are they taking my money, giving me bogus leads? Is it the marketing company? Or maybe I'm doing something wrong with my ads. And I'm here to tell you that unless 100 out of 100 leads are saying that they never put in their information, that it's neither of those. So let's talk about the kind of leads that are out there. There's direct mail leads, door to door. You can do Facebook, Google, or Bing, and you can have set appointments, right? Now, direct mail lead is when someone fills out a form. Some of you final expense agents know about this. They fill out a form and they get it in the mail, they look at it, they read it, they go get their pen or pencil, they physically fill it out, right? And they give it back to the mail carrier, they take it back to the post office, and then you get that lead and you look at it in your hands and you go, wow, this person must really want what I have to sell because they physically had to read it, pick it up, fill it out, and then give it to the mail carrier or take it to the post office. And now I have it in my possession. And then you give them a call and they pick up the phone and you say, hey, this is Darryl giving you a call back with final expense in your area. And I just wanted to give you that information that you requested about the final expense and burial programs in your area. And then they say, I never filled out any form. And and you look at the form and you go, man, I could have sworn it's Mary and Joseph Smith, right? And they go, yeah. And you checked here that the coverage you wanted was about 30,000, right? Uh-huh. But you never filled out the form? Mm-mm. And you're just like, wow, like we're just gonna lie, huh? And so same thing with door to door. So you can go out, and I'm talking from experience as well. I've done all this stuff. So you go to door and you knock on the door, you set an appointment, and you say, okay, so I'm going to come back at 7 p.m. and going to talk with you and your spouse about going solar, about doing alarms, and then you go back and they either ghost you, right? They don't show up at all, or they lie and say they never set an appointment when they look you in your face, gave you their information, and told you to come back at a certain time, right? And then there are set appointments, which are my favorite. You get there and they go, oh, I just set the appointment so I get off the phone with the appointment center. Or they say, oh, I thought it was free. It's my favorite one. And so you start to see that no matter what industry you're in, no matter where you get leads from, everyone goes through the exact same thing. But if you want to get to this, you gotta stop doing this, and we gotta get through these, right? So right now we're gonna do a little bit of role play. I'm gonna give you some things that you can say when people bring up some of these things. So we'll go over 2 or 3 of them. And so you may not know this about me, but I have a lot of experience training people on how to sell. I just like lead generation more because it's more of a fun subject. But let's face it, you can get 100 leads, and if you're horrible at setting appointments and you're horrible at closing, it doesn't mean anything, right? You can get the best leads in the world, but if you're not good at getting through these, you get nowhere. So let's start with one of these. All right, so let's say you are a solar salesperson and they say they either never filled it out, they didn't do it, or they did it by mistake, which is pretty much the same thing. So you hear them say it and you acknowledge it. You say, okay, Joseph, I completely understand that. So it looks like you put that your zip code is 95832. And it looks like your bills in the summer are also $300 or more. Is that correct? And they say, well, yeah, that's correct, but I still never fill out. Okay, we completely understand that. So Joseph, with your zip code, that's actually something that's very normal. And we have a lot of experience getting people from that $300, $400 bill range down to almost half. Now, we have a lot of customers like yourself who they fill out the form and it seems really good at the time, but then over time they think about it and maybe they feel like it's not such a great idea after all because maybe it's just not the right time. And we completely understand that, which is why it's just our job to get you that information so you can make a decision whenever you feel like you want to make a decision. We don't have anyone here that's going to try and strong arm you or try and get you to do something that you don't want to do. Does that make sense, Joseph? And let him answer. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, again, so once again, my name is Darryl. I'm the local specialist assigned to your area to get you this information. Now, we're going to be over in your zip code tomorrow and the next day after 10 a.m. and then again in the evening. Which time would work for you? And then you just go from there and proceed to set the appointment. So you just acknowledge it and move on like nothing ever happened. And it's the same thing with let's say you're a final expense or insurance agent, right? And they say, I never filled it out. I didn't do that. Okay, I can completely understand that, Mary. So, Mary, it says here that your zip code is 95861. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. And so I just want to let you know I'm the local specialist assigned to your area to give you this information. Now, what you do with the information is completely up to you. Now, some of our customers that we have right now, they were a little apprehensive, just like yourself. And it's because they were declined for coverage in the past, or maybe they were afraid that they couldn't afford it, or they didn't want to be pushed into doing something they didn't want to do. And Mary, we're not here to do any of those things. We're just here to deliver the information, and what you do with that information is completely up to you. Now, we're going to be in your zip code for the next day or two, and it looks like we're going to be there in the morning and in the evening at some parts of the day. Does morning or evening typically work out better for you? Right? And so let's do one more, and then we'll get to the end of the video. So let's say they already did it with another company, right? They just filled out the form and you got it 3 minutes later, and then they say, oh, I already did it with another company. Same thing, right? Let's say you're selling alarms or something like that. Okay, I completely understand that, Greg. So you already went with another company. So tell me this. It looks like the reason why you decided to fill out this form is because you were sick of people taking your packages. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay, can you tell me a little bit about that? How long have people been trying to take your packages for? And you just get them talking. They'll talk. Okay, I understand that. So look, Greg, I understand that you say you already went with another company, and we have a lot of customers just like yourself who say the exact same thing. They already went with another company, and they thought they had the best deal ever. And then we showed them some of the options that we have, and then they changed their mind very quickly. And so we're not here to try and get you away from a decision that you feel like you've already made. It's a good one. We just want to shed some light on some opportunities that you may be missing out on. And if you feel like these opportunities are not for you, then it's perfectly okay. We can shake hands and part as friends. Now, one more time, what kind of deal do you think that you were looking at that the other company had that we don't have? And then that's when you call them out on it. Well, I saw this commercial where they were giving all this free stuff. Okay, absolutely. So we actually have the exact same thing. We actually give a little bit more, but we give a little bit more on the customer service side rather than trying to put some sort of offer in front of you to hide the fact that our customer service is bad. Now, I'll talk to you a little bit about that a little later, but let me just ask you something, Greg. Is it more important to you that a company responds to you in a matter of minutes rather than a matter of a day or two? Well, yeah, minutes is fine. Yeah, and so the only thing I'm saying, Greg, is I'm pretty sure that's a great offer that they have. But although they may have a great offer, no one can compare to our customer service. Because let's face it, Greg, when someone's stealing your package, you probably want to know within a matter of minutes and not in a day or two. Am I right? Well, yeah, okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and pick a time. I'm going to be in your area tomorrow and then again the next day after that. And I have morning or afternoon available. Which one is better for you? And so you just book the appointment. Excuse me. So I hope this video helps you. We got to be closers, right? We have to be appointment setters. We have to learn how to acknowledge and move on from what they said and just set the doggone appointment or make the sale over the phone. If you're not setting appointments, you just move on from whatever it is that they said and you go from there. So thanks for watching. You already know who I am, well, most of you do if you've been watching for a while. And if you're interested in getting some sales training from me, you can email me at info@leadgenwithdarryl.com. If you text message me or try and call me, more than likely you're going to be in touch with one of my assistants or one of my account managers, and they'll talk to you first and then try and figure out something with me, because I am very busy nowadays. So I hope this helps. Please use some of the tools that I helped you to discover with how you can do sales objection handling, because I promise you it'll work. It may be a little uncomfortable at first, but it absolutely does work. So hope y'all are staying safe out there. I'll talk to y'all later.